Hey guys, welcome to the Dish with Dallas. Thank you. So I got something to share with you guys. I almost went to jail, okay? Okay, let me tell you about it. So, I'm a little older. Yeah, I'm a little older. And so I love hanging out with my youth, my students, and hanging out with them. And so I went to this event that was red carpet. And on the red carpet, there were, a whole lot of artists there. And there was this like little young artist that he was like, hey, Mr. Dallas, hey, yo, let me take a picture. Come on to the red carpet. Let's take a picture together. And I'm like, all right, cool. He know me. Okay, I know him. There it is. We're going to take a picture. And so we got to do a, little posing or whatever. And all of a sudden he went, okay. And so, as I said, I'm a little older and I checked out of my peripheral that I see these fingers. Now, for me, with the finger, sweetie, it's time to fight. It's time to square up. It's time for me to hunt. So, I was like, yo, what's up? We got a problem? You got a problem with me? Okay. And then my little ones who were young, and he was like, yo, no, Miss Dallas, I ain't got no problem with you. It's just, that's what we do. I was like, oh, okay. That's what y'all do? This ain't no problem. This is what we do. Oh, okay. All right. We're good. Okay. Okay. So anyway, if my mother was alive, she'd be like, put your finger down, little boy. Beat you, knock your head off. Y'all, I got a great show for you guys today. Stick and stay with us. We have none other than Sylvia, and I ain't going to say her last name. I'm going to try it a little later when she's sitting beside me. But stay with us here on The Dish with Dallas.
Hey, what's up, and welcome to Private Label Extensions. I'm Angela Yee, and we are here in Detroit on 8 Mile and DeQuinder, where we have all of your hair needs. Let's take a look around. So I know it's been really hard to find certain items, but we have everything here. For instance, this 20-inch body wave HD closure. You know how hard this is to get. We got it. Also, lip stains and lip colors. So we have gloss, we have lipstick, and what I love about this is we have all different shades. And ladies, don't forget, if you need lashes, we have those too. Look at these 3D mink lashes. All right, Detroit, Private Label really is a one-stop shop when it comes to all of your hair and beauty needs. Come see us. It's the one place you have to go.
Welcome back to The Dish with Dallas, and as promised, a great show we have for you today. We have none other than Sylvia, now let me say this right, Wanguzu. Did I say it right? Or
Sylvia Wozu. That's how you say it. It's a Nigerian name, and I'm proud of it.
I'm proud of it also. I love it. Now, so let's say it together.
Wozuzu.
Wozuzu.
The N is silent.
The N is silent.
And so is the A.
Okay.
So it's Wozuzu.
Wozuzu.
Exactly.
See?
There you go.
See?
Perfect.
I'm Nigerian now.
Yes, you are. Yes, I
Unite me?
Unite you? Yes, I'll call you Ikenna.
Wow. I like that. Say that again.
Ikenna. That's my son's name. Yes.
Oh,
you
wow.
look like an Ikenna to me, actually.
See, there it is. I'm going to take that.
Congratulations.
I receive it. Yeah. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dallas. Thank you so much. You know what? I've been looking forward to this day for so long. I was like, I'm going to spend time with Dallas. I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. Due to COVID, pandemic, we haven't seen. Now, I've seen your work, and I've seen you doing so many different things and your classes, which we'll get into a little later on about what this young lady has going on, because she's got a lot.
Yes.
Okay, for a Nigerian woman, for any woman on this earth, baby, she's doing a whole lot, and I love it. But so let's talk about some of those things. Sure. So we've known each other for a while now. It's like
it's been a little while. We met a few years. I think was it 2015 or something.
I think it was 2015.
Around
there.
That's
like 6 years ago.
Yeah, about 6 years ago. Yeah. We met Tamika's class.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
So one of the best days of my life because I got to meet you, an amazing human being, and I'm gonna give you your flowers right now and say that you're one of the most amazing people I've met in this industry. I love kindness. And your kindness just really, really just, I just love it.
Oh,
I just
thank
love
you.
it. Yeah, you
Thank
care
you,
about
thank you,
people,
thank
and
you.
that's just amazing.
It's genuine. It really is. It's genuine.
Yeah.
And the Tamika she's talking about is none other than the hair diagram. She was on the show earlier this season, and that's where it was a wig making class
It was a
that we
wig
got to
making
meet.
class, yes. And I remember seeing people, I think it was during the break, and people were just kind of like around you and talking. And I was like, who is he? He must be someone important. And I kind of shimmied over because I'd only been in the country for about, I think, 2 or 3 years. So I didn't really know much about the industry. So I kind of shimmied over and kind of like listened in. and I got from the conversations that you're a big deal, basically.
Wow. Wow. Now
You're a
she's
big
telling me
deal.
I'm a big deal.
No,
Wow.
he is. He really is, guys. And I remember thinking, because at that time I had kind of just gotten into the wig making thing on the sewing machine, and I really wanted to learn how to cut.
Yeah.
And I remember approaching you because I was like, well, he looks like,
I remember that.
he'll be a great teacher. And so I said, I really want to learn how to cut. Do you do classes? And you were like, do you know what? I will teach you for free. And you gave me your phone number.
I did. I did.
For me, listen, you can have all the jollof rice in the world. You earned your lifetime.
I'm done.
Seriously, of jollof rice when you did that. Because I was just like, he doesn't even know me. But then what happened, guys, was
Right. I was going to say, now say what happened. Let's see what happened.
He promised me a class,
did.
but then we never got to set the time.
Right.
And I kept on bumping into you at the Bronner Brothers show, stalking him at the Bronner Brothers show. And I'll be like, hi, remember me? I'll kind of prod him from behind. Hi, do you remember me? And he's like, oh, come here, darling. And after probably about a year, we eventually got to do the class.
We
and
did.
when I say, I wish I could freeze that moment. Because I was standing there thinking, I can't believe I'm in this position with this professional guy teaching me how to cut. It was so amazing, and I'm eternally grateful for you for
wow,
that. It was
wow.
such an amazing
That's
just getting insight into hair. Yeah.
It's such a great story. I mean, it really is, in the fact that, it's interesting that this is full circle. What's going to come around full circle. Where the class was being held with the hair diagram was at Private Label Extensions. Back in the day when we were at 444. Anyway, it was there. And of course, because Mikey and I have known each other since 2014-ish.
Okay.
2014, 2013, one another there, about 7 years. So right after that is when I told him, hey, let's let Tamika have a class right here. And then we'll sponsor it. And then so that's how that came about.
Wow. Well,
Because I met her on set with, when we were on R&B Divas, which is so interesting.
Wow.
Like just full circle. So yes, I loved it. Every time you came up to me and you were like, you're going to teach me that
You're
class?
going to teach me that class.
You remember that?
I
You
was
remember
like,
me?
And a part of me was like, okay, stop bothering this nice man. Just leave him alone. But then I was like, well, he offered.
I did.
And
And
then-
you had the number. You had my
and
telephone number.
I was like, he's giving me his number, so that's the worst thing you could have done. So I'm just grateful that you did that for me. But then there was something else you did for me as well that earned you jollof rice, and that was I've never discussed this actually with no one else. I think you're the only one I told outside of my family. I had an audition for Shark Tank Atlanta, and I needed my wigs
remember
curled
that.
up. Yes. So I had given you my wigs, and you drove all the way. And I live in the sticks. You drove all the way, and you delivered my curled wig.
Wait, hold on, guys. Time out right quick. This woman don't live in the sticks. When I say this woman lives in the sticks,
Hey, all right.
there
all
is
right.
no
All right.
street light. So hold on. Let's pause. We're going to talk about that for a second, because that was the whole time I was scared as I don't know what.
Oh my
because
God.
you need to know, I was driving and I was going, wait, the lights are going on. And if anybody knows me, I do not go outside of the perimeter. I hate it. I like to stay in my little midtown. I'm a little city guy in my head.
Yes, I see
and so
that.
I'm driving down and I see nothing but trees, no street lights. And then all of a sudden it's like, turn here. And I remember I called you on the phone. I was like, am I in the right place? And it's like, turn here and turn here. And I
Yes.
finally get, and then this big, gorgeous, beautiful home.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, thank you. Okay, moving on.
See, she don't want to tell that part. This is like this big, huge massive home. I'm
God
like,
is good. God is good, people. God is good all the time. God is good.
All the time?
Yes.
All the
but
time.
I just want to express the fact that you drove all that way. And I remember I gave you a bowl of rice.
you
didn't I?
did. You
I
gave me rice and you gave me salmon. Yep,
That's
I did.
before you became
That was
vegetarian.
before I became vegetarian.
Yes.
I was
so
pescatarian then.
there you
So
go.
you cooked fish for me and the
Ooh,
rice, and it
yes,
was
I
amazing.
did. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I
She
love cooking
can
for my
cook.
friends. That's a benefit of having me as your friend. I love to feed my friends. I really do. I really do.
So good. I mean,
really
I was
do.
like riding down the road going, okay, this is work coming up. So good.
No.
So I remember bringing the wig down there to you.
Yes,
So how
yes.
did that go with being on Shark Tank?
And when I say to you, it was one of the most petrifying things I've ever done. But I did it to prove to myself that I could, I didn't get to the next level, but to me, I felt like I achieved something. I put up a post yesterday just saying, be proud of your achievements regardless. And I just felt good that I was able to go on there and pitch my business regardless. And I made some contacts as well. So some connections. So it was a really good experience. So
That's
you were
awesome.
a part of that. Yes, you're part of my journey.
I like that.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about this journey because you have a journey.
I do.
She has an amazing journey, guys.
I do.
So understanding let's talk about who you are.
Okay.
You make wigs.
I do.
And your Instagram is
Fablux Wigs.
Fablux Wigs.
Fablux Wigs.
And when you go there, you see how you make wigs on a machine.
Yes.
Which you started that, like she had said, she had just got in the country. We'll talk about where she's from in a moment. But you've only been here about a couple of years.
Yes,
and then you
at the time.
started making wigs on machines.
Well, actually, it goes a little further back.
See, I told you,
Yes.
we're getting ready to get into it. Come on, give me the tea.
In 2008, I had my second son. I have three beautiful boys.
They are.
And after my second son, I started to notice that my hair was receding on top.
Okay.
And my trichologist, he needed access to my wig, to my scalp.
Mm-hmm.
And so all those wigs, or all the sew-ins were not gonna cut it. And so I had to start wearing wigs. And in 2008, wigs were not what they are today.
They weren't as popular.
They weren't as popular.
Yeah.
So, wigs were always seen as for like older people, and no one wanted to admit that they were wearing a wig. So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Went into the local beauty supply store. The wig was hideous. I tried to, fix it here and there. I was trying to trim it and do all kinds of things to it.
And without those cutting skills that I gave you.
Without the cutting skills. And this is how you know your hair is wrong. When you go to work and the people go, oh, did you do something different to your hair? You see, because if it was good, they would have said, oh, your hair's lovely.
You look lovely
today.
today.
You look lovely today. So when they go, did you do something different? And that's how I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. So I said, listen, my stylist, she did these amazing Farah 4-set cuts on me.
Okay.
And I wanted that in a wig, and something removable. A friend of mine referred me to someone who did a glue cap and it was too flat. And then I just kind of took it from there and started to mess around. Now, mind you, Facebook had just started, YouTube had just started. There were no reference points, nothing like that. So I was just experimenting. And, I'm from financial services. I don't do hair.
That's that
I
journey.
couldn't even braid at the time. I'm corporate London. I've probably worked in about 13 banks. So that's all I knew.
That's what you knew.
That's all I knew.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even have the creativity to kind of, do it all. So it was literally, I say it's God, because little did I know that those little experiments I was doing back in 2008 were going to
help you here.
I'm telling you, to what is happening today.
Right.
And so I was just experimenting back and forth. I remember people coming up to me and saying, I really like your weave. Who done it? And I'm like, well, first of all, it's not a weave.
It's not a wig. It's a wig.
And I did it.
Wow.
And then one day my friend said, well, I hope you give them a card. I was like, excuse me, I'm a project manager. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Right.
Like,
how you gonna call me a stylist?
I'm not a stylist.
Right.
And she was like, well, you can stay there, as we say in Nigeria, and be dulling. She said, don't dull, Sylvia. And I was like, okay then. So I made some cards. My company was called Wig Fabulous back then. And I started making wigs for friends and getting feedback and all of that. Then I moved to Atlanta in 2011 with a newborn baby. He was 6 weeks old. And we decided that, it's probably best to stay home. It's probably best to stay home with the boys and help them to develop. And I was like, okay, well, might as well turn this into a business. So I got my LLC in 2013. And I bought the big sewing machine, the big high-head sewing machine, industrial sewing machine I bought. And I just started to try and teach myself.
Right.
I still had questions. And that's when I came across Tamika.
Right.
And then once I did that, it was over.
It was
so
like this.
it was exactly.
It was
so
like that.
because I got into it so early in 2017, I was like, I want to teach.
Yeah.
And my first class was in London. And it was, when I say it was amazing, it was really, I said, okay, this is what I was put on the earth to do, to encourage, to coach, to help people. And it's almost like a ministry for me. I'm telling you, because the kind of responses I get, like when I went to Toronto, I remember after the class, one of the ladies coming up to me and holding my two hands and just started to pray for me. And she was like, I started to cry myself because I was like, so this is really touching people like this. And I started to take it really, really seriously.
Wow.
Really seriously.
Well, I'm glad that you're saying that because, again, we've talked about this a couple of times with multiple people who've been here on the show, is that they have to understand that when you are working behind the chair or working with someone in beauty, it is a ministry. You are in your own ministering to them. You're lifting up their spirits. You're motivating them. You're giving them positive vibes, and especially when it comes in beauty. And you've taken women on a whole journey to something totally different where they feel good about themselves.
Absolutely. I mean, I have these things I do sometimes when I have a 15-minute consultation calls with people who want to get on the wig making journey. Whether they buy the course or they don't buy the course, I give them the same amount of time, same amount of attention. Right. And it's amazing when you hear the stories. You realize that people are going through things. And I think that's one of the reasons why I take it so seriously and the reason why I'm so committed to it. So like I said, it's amazing. It's opened up so many other opportunities. It's opened up my mind. So I love what I do. Absolutely love it.
I remember being, married. I was married once. And in that, there were times when I would come back from the salon and so mentally exhausted because you're taking on everything that all of your, and if you got 30 clients that day, you're taking every bit of their situations in on you. And so you have to have a support system of someone, whether it's a family member, a husband, a wife, a partner, someone, church, someone to say, how can I, because I would come home and just like not want to talk to no one because it's like, I've been beat up, So that's so important that we talk about that piece, and we brought that up. That's a nugget, and that's another class for another time. We can sit down and have more time to talk about how we get that off. But that's so good that you have a huge support system.
I do.
I do. So good. And hearing your story, like, guys, if you know her story, let's go back to where we talk about hairstylists. Licensed hairstylists, will people get into that? YouTubers, will people get into that? Let's talk about it. She said, what was your journey?
So
you came from?
I came from, you're talking about the world of financial services.
World of financial services.
The world of financial services, couldn't even braid. And you can imagine the kind of self-doubt that comes with that. Right. And not even wanting to admit, because I was like, what will my bosses say if they found out I made wigs? And so I always used to keep it in the, hidden. They're probably going to see it now. I used to keep it hidden. But once, I think it was when I started teaching, that's when I said, okay, because initially I was just doing it for myself. I did it for a need, and that's how I got into it. But once I started teaching, I realized it was bigger than me. And that's when, like I said, I took it even more seriously, and it's just evolved. Every time when I feel like I'm getting stagnant, I say, God, I speak to God. I speak to him. Do you speak to God?
And he speaks back.
And he speaks back.
Yes.
I speak to him and I say, look, I need to pivot. I need to do something else. And I'm getting
Did you say pivot? Come on. That's the fourth time somebody spoke about pivot on the show.
So, and that's how I started. I transitioned from making wigs to teaching classes, but there's a lot of organization that comes in doing classes.
It does.
It's not, anyone can just wake up and go, okay, I'm doing a class, but if you get it wrong, honestly, it's the bad name is going to follow you.
It follows you.
So you really have to be careful, how you treat people, the customer service before, during, and afterwards. I did a lot of reading. I'm obsessed with reading about stuff. So I just kept on developing myself and doing courses, just trying to learn. And that's how I kind of got good at the in-person classes. And I miss them so much. I can't wait for COVID to be over so we can get back into it.
So we can get back, because we miss each other. But one of the misconceptions that, and I like to address it because it's really important, is that some of the misconceptions is that, oh, well, you're making wigs, you're not licensed. you don't
Absolutely.
need one. You
No.
don't need that license, and that came out of this educator's mouth, who is a
Thank
master
you.
educator.
Thank you.
Okay, you don't need that. You had
you.
the gift and the creativity that she said
Yeah.
earlier. We don't have creativity. You
Yeah.
do have it because your wigs are fire.
Thank you.
And that's why you were on auditioning for Shark Tank, because the wigs are fire. But,
Thank you.
you know, you don't have to have that
Yes.
to be able to teach it. And I'm saying you have a gift at creating a wig that you saw a need.
Absolutely.
And that need was for you.
Absolutely.
And then you expanded that need for you to other
Absolutely.
people who were asking you about your wigs.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is, that's probably the number one question I get now. Do I need to be a licensed cosmetologist to make wigs?
Yeah.
That's one of, so a lot, because listen, it's all evolving, okay?
It is.
I have people who have 20 years of experience in cosmetology come to me and say, I want to learn how to make these wigs.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're great at silk pressing, they're great at coloring and cutting and all of that, but they just don't have that experience. And
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure, especially when I have licensed people come, you know, we learn from each other.
We
It's
learn
just
from
a
each
great
other.
vibe. And I love when they come with a non-judgmental attitude. I remember once someone said, oh, you shouldn't tell people you're not a licensed cosmetologist. And I'm like, but why? That's my story.
Exactly.
That's my story. Like,
it's
you know,
so rich.
if you want to judge me based on that, that's your problem. But if you want to learn how to make a mean wig,
Sit down. Sit down. Okay, if you want to learn how to make a mean wig, sit down.
yeah.
I mean, here's my admission. As many times I've seen Tamika work with her, work with you, done so many, got students who I send to you or Tamika to go, hey, go see them. You know, I do that all the time.
yes, I know you do. He does.
I'll do that all the
He
time.
does.
I'm like, yo, go, they got you.
A lot of them contact me.
And they contact you because of the fact that, you know, not saying that my word is, you know, the word, but they trust my word, my word.
Absolutely.
But my admission is that even with me seeing it so much, I still don't know how to make a wig like you guys make it.
There you go.
I can't make a wig like you. Like, I have sit down and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call Sylvia because I need this done because I can't do it. But again, it's an amazing gift that you have, and you
know.
do such great work, and you sell
you.
a lot of wigs. But it's not about the wigs you're selling.
No.
What you enjoy is you teaching.
I enjoy
You enjoy that.
You know, being talking with people and encouraging people. All my friends know, like, don't ever call me and tell me that you're discouraged or whatever, because I will be like, I love to share knowledge. I love to share with my friends and all that. So yeah, I just love to pick people up and, you know, let them know that they can do something.
Right.
I like to see everyone win. I like to
Yes.
see my friends win. So that's just the kind of person I am when you get to know me, when you're in my inner circle.
Yeah.
So
I love
yes,
that. Well,
yes.
I'm so glad I'm in your inner circle. I'm so glad to that I gave you my telephone number. And guys, I don't give my telephone number out easily. I don't. But when a spirit that comes before you and that you see that like-minded spirit that's
Yes.
within someone, and I
Yes.
saw that. There was plenty of girls in that.
There were
There were
yes,
plenty
that was a
of
full
girls.
house
There was
that
a
day.
full
Yes,
house. It was huge. It was plenty of girls.
It was.
The only people who have my number out of that household is you and Tamika. That's some tea sipping right there, baby.
Well, I feel very honored now. I'm gonna walk with my head even more up, high up now. I didn't know that.
You're the only two. And
know
so
that.
I felt the energy. I felt
Yes.
the great spirit. And I knew
Yes.
that where it was coming from, it
Yes.
was coming from here.
Absolutely, because you didn't know me from Adam.
I didn't know you from Adam.
You didn't know me from Adam.
And it was coming from
Yes,
here. It wasn't
yes.
coming to say, ooh, I want to know Dallas. Ooh, I
Yes,
want to talk to
yes.
Dallas. Ooh, I want to get up on
Yes.
his wing. I get plenty of people who do that. Not that I'm all that. I'm not.
Yes, he is. He is.
But I mean, you know, it's just like I
no,
didn't get that.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
You
I
know?
know what you mean. And with you as well, I see you as a massive deal. But you're so humble and just. I'm just like, you know, just because I've come across people in this industry, and let's not go there, right? Let's save that tea for another show. Cheers. But this dude right here, he's the realist. As you say in Atlanta, he's the realist.
The realist.
He's the realist.
See,
yeah.
I love it. I
he's
love
the
it.
realist. But,
Now,
yeah.
you have not only have you created these classes where you
Yes.
travel around the world.
Yes.
One of the things that we said we're going to circle back around to pivot back around.
Pivot. I
to
love that word. Pivot.
Is
yes.
you are from, you said you're Nigerian,
I am Nigerian.
but you were born where?
I was born in Oakland, California, 94603.
She's an American girl.
I was actually born in California. People don't believe that. They're like, no, you weren't. You're lying. I was shipped off to Nigeria when no, I shouldn't put it that way. No, I was taken to Nigeria to learn about the culture when I was 6 years old, back in the 80s. And that's telling my age. And
we're 29.
Yes. Actually, no, I'm 45. I don't care.
Wow.
I like to say my age.
Wow.
Because
she just put all of my stuff right on out there.
45 with experience. Come and see me. Talk to me. So, yes. And I spent about, I think we spent about 7 or 8 years out there. It was rough. Let me just say it was rough. It was in the 80s. It was rough. You know, a lot of stuff happened, but we'll save that for another show.
We'll save that for another show. Okay.
And talk about the good stuff. I relocated to the UK in 1990.
Gotcha.
And so I've spent most of my life in the UK, hence the accent. So I went to school.
Right.
And that's where I built up my entire, like I have lots of family and friends in the UK, and we used to go back every year, but because of COVID, obviously we haven't been able to go back.
Right.
My family is there, my sisters, everyone is there. So
wow.
That's where I'm from. So I'm from the UK. So I can do the English accent for you, the British accent. I can do a little Atlanta for you as well. I can break it down.
I kind of want to hear the Atlanta one if you can do. But listen, hold on. The reason why she got my telephone number, guys, is because of that accent. Okay, that's why I want to say that. I was like, she gonna get on my answer. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
No. If I tell you how many people, I've actually done ads for people.
Wow.
Yes, I go and, they asked me to do ads. And I was like, you know what? I might need to consider this as a serious side hustle. Because a lot of people say, they're like, you've got a really soothing voice. Beautiful. And I'm like, well, wait till you hear me laugh. Then we'll talk about what soothing.
Then we'll talk about soothing would be.
So, yeah, but no, because I've traveled around a lot as well, that's also just made me like a people person. Yeah. I just love being around people and all that kind of thing. I'm a homebody. I don't like to go out. I love to just stay home and read.
In that big old house.
I love to
stay
indoors.
Wait, hold on. You see how she get that little laugh? Because she don't want me to talk about how big that home is down there, y'all. No, I love it. If I can move out, I'm moving there. But it's too far in the country.
The country, right?
Yeah.
No, but yeah, and we talked about pivot. So here's a pivot for you.
Okay.
Once the pandemic hit, as you can imagine, like I had back-to-back sold out classes in Toronto. I had one in Atlanta. I had one coming up in London when the pandemic hit. Of course, life changed.
It changed.
For the first 2 weeks, like everyone else, I was like crying, like, what am I doing? And I had to give refunds and everything. I've always wanted to do an online course. And then I was like, okay, Sylvia, now's the time. I literally sat in my basement for 2 weeks straight on my own. My nails weren't done because obviously no one was going to the salon.
Right.
I got my camera, put it on landscape, and the Wig Makers Lab was born.
Wow.
I downloaded everything I know. Every single thing I know about wig making, I put into that course. And that's why it's so detailed. There's 15 modules and there's videos. I can't remember how many videos, but it's really, really detailed. And we launched that in June of 2020.
That's awesome.
So that's been an amazing, for me, that's one of my biggest achievements of last year. Yeah,
that's
the biggest achievement.
Because you took what, you came across a hill, a wall, and you took that and said, all right, let me just download and dump all of this out of my head.
Absolutely.
And create this particular course.
Absolutely. And I wanted people to feel like I was still in the room with them.
Right.
Because that's something when I'm teaching in person, you will feel my presence.
Yeah.
I make my presence.
You make your presence known when you're looking on Instagram, when you're watching your stories or something. It's like you're sitting in my living room with me.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to translate that into the course as well. And I think I achieved that. Because I've had 3 launches so far. We had one in October and we just had one that started last week. And the feedback has been amazing.
Wow.
People feel like it's so detailed. It all just boils down to you. How badly do you want it?
How badly do you want it?
Are you going to take time out, study those videos, and practice?
Right.
My students know that's what I say. Practice.
Right.
That's how you get better at your skill.
I like that. Well, listen, this has been incredible. So, guys, hold on, stick and stay. We're going to take a break because if not, me and this one can talk all
Day
day.
and all night too.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Dish with Dallas. You know what? It is time for our game that we play, and it is hide and go seek. 2 pounds of watch about it, 2 pounds of soap. Who ain't ready to holler Billy go? Billy go? Yeah. You know what it is. So we have Sylvia out in the hot seat, out in the pink hot seat here at Private Label, baby. And Private Label has, you know what, giving us something special. Look at these lashes, baby. Private Label lashes, baby. We love it. They're giving you these if you are a winner at the game that we play here. So it is a scavenger hunt game that we play. And we ask that you go on to either my Instagram or either Sylvia's Instagram. And when you go there, we'll tell you something specific to look for. And when we tell you that specific thing to look for, then you come back on my Instagram in my DMs and tell me what it is. And once you tell me what it is, the first person who can tell me, my producer who's standing right here getting that information right now, once you show me that, then guess what? You are a winner. All right, so we're going to start with my side, okay? So guys, I need you to go into my Instagram. And on my Instagram, there is a young lady on my Instagram. She is a new person on that Instagram, a new person from a brand that's on TV, that's on Bravo. And if you get sick, you would go see either one of their husbands or their wives. So, so if you figure that out, all I need to know is her name. Or if you don't want to say her name, which is fine, you can say what program that I'm talking about on this show that she's on Sunday on Bravo. I know I just put it all out, didn't I? I put the whole thing out. I did. I tried to make it easy, okay? So the first person who's going to say that? Yeah? She gave the answer? Oh, somebody gave the answer. Okay, cool. We got it. Somebody, it's called who? The Royal what now?
Berry Collection.
Royal Berry Collection. Royal Berry Collection. Yay, you are a winner, baby.
Oh,
hey.
you were supposed to DM him, Kobe.
Yay.
Oh,
I got it. The Royal Berry
congratulations.
Collection. Yes, you have to DM me because if you try to do it on the screen here, we can't see it. Because remember, we're doing this live. Come on, do a dance. Do a dance. You got your prize. Do a dance. All right, now, Miss Sylvia, it is your turn. It is your turn. And again, Private Label Extensions has provided us with Private Label these eyelashes. This is your gift, a set of eyelashes. Let me zoom in. Bow. Okay, all right. So on your Instagram, do you want to pick one? Or I found one that I would love to pick on your
You
Instagram.
go ahead.
I can?
It's your show, baby.
Oh, I love you. All right, so on your Instagram, you are featured with something in your hand. I need you to tell me what that is.
Oops. Sorry. I was too fast.
I know. I need you to go in my DMs and tell me what is featured the third post down that she has. I can give you a color of it. It is the color orange. Okay. The same person wrote it. The Royal Berry Collection. You better do it, baby. The Royal Berry Collection also got it. Come on and do that dance. Do that dance. I love it. So you now have what? It was the tweezers, and I love it, your tweezers. So now you not only have lashes, but you can have her tweezers as well that has a comb that's on it that you can use to do what? Clear up your and make your hairline fabulous. Fabulous. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for playing the game. All right, guys, we will be back. Sylvia is going to join me back here into our wonderful room. Stay with us here with The Dish with Dallas. All right, guys, welcome back. Sylvia is here on The Dish with Dallas. It is time for now the after dinner mint. This has been so much fun.
It's been amazing. I hope I brought the jollof rice and the goat suya for you. Because he's bringing the after dinner mint.
I am. I'm bringing it after. So she brought it, baby. She brought a meal today.
Rice.
You did, you did, and you gave us some great stuff. So tell us where we can find you on any social media.
Okay, so you can find me on fabluxwigs.com.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take an online class with me, you can find me on. I'm everywhere. In fact, I'm on Facebook as Fablux Wigs. I'm on Instagram as Fablux Wigs. I'm on YouTube as Fablux Wigs by Sylvia. So if you want to take a class, if you have any questions, if you want a free wig making checklist, go on to any of those sites and you'll be able to access my information. A lot of you ask me, what supplies do I need to start a wig making business? And I'm telling you right now, this is a comprehensive list of all the wig making supplies you'll ever need.
Wow.
And if you want to download that, the easiest way actually is to go on my my Instagram, follow me, Fablux Wigs, and click on my bio link and you'll be able to download that freebie.
Freebie. We like freebies. We love freebies. I love that you have this.
Yes.
And it's orange. That's
of
so
course,
cute.
yeah. This is actually a new product that's coming out. I haven't launched it yet, but luckily Royal Berry, the young lady who won it earlier will be able to.
She won twice.
Yes, she'll be able to experiment with this and let me know her feedback.
I like that because she can give you the feedback.
She can give me the feedback. Another thing I wanted to say as well is that not only do I have, so I have these courses where we have a 6-week program where I give coaching, but we also have self-learn courses because at the moment it's too late to join that one because we just started.
Okay.
And it's a 6 weeks program where I give you all kinds of support, but we also have self-learn courses.
Okay.
So if you tap on my bio link, you can also get access to those. So it's how to make a closure wig, how to make a frontal wig.
Ooh.
You'll be able to access that. I also have mini courses as well. We have, because see, a lot of people are mesmerized by my big industrial sewing machine. So I have a mini tutorial on how to make a wig on that. And I also give you a little, let's call it another little gift. I give you my vendor. So the person who I bought mine from 7-8 years ago, so that you don't have to waste your time shopping around. So that's on there as well. Another question people ask me is how to double their wefts. So there's also another mini course on there which you can use to get you further ahead in your wig making journey. So anything to do with wigs, really. Yeah, I have a lot of things on and there's more to come because we're about to do some more wig classes. So follow me if you want to get your skills up on the sewing machine.
You have been in that basement.
I am your woman. I have been in that basement.
You've been in that basement and you didn't mind dumped all your stuff out your head and gave everything. That is incredible.
Absolutely. So yeah, definitely hit me up. Oh, can I tell a quick story?
Oh, you can. Because I was supposed to get a funny story from you earlier and I didn't get it from you.
No. I can't leave without telling this funny story. No, I can't. Because, and this is just to encourage you guys. Okay, so when I started out with this whole wig making thing, I don't know if you remember I told you that I went to someone who did a glue cap for me, and I wasn't
and you said
impressed.
it was really flat.
It was really flat.
Yeah.
So when I started to experiment, I said I made it and it looked really nice. I had the Farrah Fawcett look. So there I was, feeling all fabulous. Went to Nigeria. Now, London is really cold and Nigeria is really hot.
Okay.
And humid. And I went for a funeral. Anyway, there I was by the graveside and I touched my hair and my finger, I was like, my wefts are hanging. Literally, my wefts had melted off my hair. And because of the way I laid the tracks, the wefts were going up this way. I had about 3 wefts just dangling. Oh my God. When I say to you, and that was the key moment, when I got back to the UK, that was the moment that I actually went, there has to be a better way. And that was when I started to look into sewing the wig.
Those were glued in.
Because those were glued in.
Those were glued in. So the adhesive, after sweating, the adhesive started going, let me go ahead and rise up.
And it was really bad. But, I was at a funeral, so
You were melting.
I was like, thank you, Jesus.
You were melting.
I was melting, but I was still trying to keep my, composure. So, like I said, that was actually the moment when the whole sewing thing came into play. And it came into play. And of course, like I said, there wasn't a lot of reference, but there was this really nice guy actually on YouTube. Sorry, this really nice guy on YouTube. He was the first person I'd seen making a wig, and so he started sewing it and sewing it and sewing it. And let me see if anyone can relate to this. When you get to the top, because there was no closures, there was no frontals.
Right.
And what you did was you rolled it,
rolled it. Ooh, she's telling age now.
And then you dipped it in some glue and you
right at the top. Right at the top.
So that was my very first wig.
Wow.
And it worked for me.
And it worked for you. And you know what? I know people who still do the rolling method. And it's like they're rolling some kind of, thing. Yeah. We won't talk about that thing right there. But it's rolled up and then it's put in glue.
Yes.
Folded out, and then they take a smoothing iron and lay the smoothing iron on top of that.
Absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. I was just trying to express how much it has evolved.
Yes.
We now have closures. We have closures.
We have frontals.
You know what I mean?
So many different things now.
It's come a long way, and it's not going anywhere.
No, it's
not going anywhere. So if you want to jump into wig making, jump in.
Yeah.
The water is nice and tepid.
Tepid for you. And you see I gave the accent tepid. So where can we find you on your website? What's your website address?
So my website is fabluxwigs.com. It's also fabluxwigsbysylvia.com. But you can reach me on Instagram, on Facebook, Fablux Wigs. Just put Fablux Wigs in there. I'm everywhere.
She's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Then, again, you notice, if you just put it in there and say something to her, she's going to talk to you.
I will talk to you.
She's going to talk to you.
As you can see, I love to talk. So be careful what you wish for.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for bringing us so many nuggets today.
It's been so. Are we? Is it time to go?
I mean, we can go all day long. We can.
Absolutely.
We can go but I want you to be able to get back home to your family, to your beautiful boys and your husband.
Thank
and
you.
Way in the sticks where she lives in another state.
Okay,
she like 3 states over.
Okay, Dallas.
This has been so much fun.
It's been fun. Absolutely. Anytime. Anytime.
You have to come back.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Well done, private label.
See? Guys, thank you for joining us here on The Dish with Dallas. We'll see you next time. Bye.